What's going on, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives and Make Money Online Training Podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm joined by my clients for pod chats. So this is the call inside of the 25K Accelerator for students that are doing over $10,000 a month. So as soon as you're in the accelerator, you hit over $10,000 a month. There's some secret calls that you guys get access to, including calls on Tuesday and as well as calls on Friday with me. Now, just wanted to do a quick reminder. We've got the PT Domination All Access event coming up in August. It's going to be August 20th and 21st. As of right now, we only have 42 tickets remaining. Last time I spoke to you guys, we had 49. Now we have 42 tickets remaining. So we are, I would say, going to be sold out within the next 2 weeks. So if you guys have been considering coming to the event, thinking about coming to the event, ruminating on the event, I would recommend doing so because it's going to change your fucking life. Okay. Without further ado, what's up, Jackie? Tell me something good.
Oh, I'm trying to think of a win. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Oh, it kind of correlates to my question. So I just signed up for MindBody. Have you ever heard of the app? I don't know if you guys have it in Canada.
I have heard of it. It was like they came to my gym and they offered me some stuff when I got started.
And what was your thoughts on it?
I didn't do enough research into it and I'm very stuck in my ways. That's my thought.
Okay. I am too. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to do a little bit more like a sprinkle of in-person here, whether it's through like apartments or I don't know, like, cause I live in Austin, like the place that you've come to, that you've come to. So I feel like there's just so much opportunity in person. So anyways, I signed up for it because I already do 3 live classes a week for my clients. So I was like, why don't I just like put it on there and see how it works? So do you have any like suggestions on how to market it? Like my thoughts are like, have them come to the class and then like offer them like a free consult or whatever.
So I don't exactly know how MindBody works. So can you walk me through how the platform works?
Yeah. So basically people go on there to like book fitness classes. So classes like yoga, like it's more so for like studios, like in person. Yeah. So that's like the model. So there are personal training on there, but yeah.
So, and then they just log on and they can book whatever fitness classes they want. And they're all 9 fitness classes?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
They're more in person. Sorry. So like I'm kind of like testing the waters because typically they do a lot of in person.
Okay. Now, so somebody logs onto the app and they basically can find things that are in Austin.
They schedule classes pretty much, but then they also have like other, like you could put like massages on there, stuff like I can put my consult on there too. So I'm going to put it on there.
And I'm wondering how many people actually go to the app to look for classes versus they're marketing the app. Like they're marketing that they can book in for a class and then they just send them to a landing page, you know? Like I'm wondering if they're going to get any traffic from MindBody or if it's going to be like, you have to send the traffic.
You get traffic from MindBody. That's why you sign up for it, for sure.
Yeah. Interesting. So if that's the case, if I would get traffic from MindBody, if I were you, what I would do is I would play around with the class name because the class name is going to determine whether or not people actually show up. So like every week I would have a different class name until one of the class names fucking ripped. It's kind of like, you know, when I'm scrolling through Netflix to watch a movie, the number one thing that I'm looking for is like, what's the title of the movie? Or like, you know what I mean? And like, or like I'm looking for a good book to read. I'm like, what's the title of the book? And then once I have the title of the book, once I find something that intrigues me, I like read the subtitle. And then if I like the subtitle, I'll read the book.
I see. So right now I listed it as like group personal training, upper body sculpt, group personal training, lower body sculpt. So I'll fuck around with it. Do you like that though, to have group personal training?
Yeah, group personal training. But it's like, is there any indication that it's online?
Yeah. And I think I put either virtual in front of it or at the end.
Yeah. For me, it's like the group personal training. I'm like, you know, we can test it for a week.
I think I liked it because it was like, it's valuable. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like a class. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, personal training. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would say like, I would play around. Like, I like upper body sculpt for women because you have mostly female clients, right?
Yeah, all female.
Yeah, upper body sculpt and then in brackets, women only brackets.
That's good. Yeah, because it's more niche. Okay. Yeah,
women only, because then women are scrolling through looking for classes and they're like, that sounds like something.
And then they also like the ones that I work with are usually very insecure, aka they want to work out from home. Do you know what I'm saying?
So like upper body sculpt in brackets, home workouts dash women only.
Yeah. And then maybe I lean into that even more like in the description of like, it's great, you know, if you're like not nervous going to the gym, whatever, speak to that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. That's super helpful. And then I'm going to do like an intro week where it's like $22 for all the classes for like a week.
Cool.
Because I'm already doing it. So I'm like, fuck it. Why don't I just try to market to it? You know, I just do it for my clients. Okay. That's super helpful. Thank you. Can I ask a couple other quick ones?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my other one is I've been studying a lot of like content things this week. And for some reason, what I've been learning is like has me completely mind fucked. So it's like basically people are saying that like you don't want to tell them too much of how to do it, just the what and the why. Like basically telling them why they're struggling and then and I'm like I've been watching, I'm sure you've heard of this chick, like the Jessie Yap
Yeah.
challenge. Have you heard of this shit?
Yeah. I've heard
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. So like it's got me, my brain hurts. So what
Yeah.
is your thoughts?
Yeah. I strongly disagree. I
And
strongly
that's like
disagree.
everything I've learned from you is
Yeah.
completely the opposite. So it hurts my
Yeah.
brain. Okay.
Yeah. I strongly disagree. I think
Because
that,
why would you hire somebody or follow somebody?
yeah, I strongly disagree. I always like, I'm a big believer in like giving results in advance because I
Yeah.
think if you can give people results in advance, they're significantly more likely to become your customers. And I also think that like, if you look at like the biggest, like when I'm taking advice from people, I look for like the biggest people in the industry that are crushing. And so the biggest people in the industry, like Alex Hormozy, he's like by far the number one marketer in the space. And
And he says that.
all of his stuff. And he is the biggest personal brand out of anybody. Like I've
Yeah.
heard a lot about Jessie recently, and like she's done incredible with her launch. So I have nothing but great things to
I
say.
haven't dove too deeply
Yeah.
into her, but I've heard like that's kind of how her style is. I just started it. So I'll
Yeah.
have to get back to you on it. But
Yeah, but I strongly disagree with that statement.
okay. Yeah, perfect. So I won't go. I'll just follow what I know rather
Yeah.
than trying to make it make sense.
Because what
Okay.
you know, it's also very, it's because here, I want to give you the insight on how I learned, Jackie, because I'm a very big believer in continuing to expand my knowledge, but I also am a big believer in never deviating from things that are already working. So
Okay.
an example, right, is like on my Instagram account, I'm starting to bring up more of like the raw talk side of me, where I'm just like
Yeah.
expressing my opinion. And I'm also doing that on YouTube. But like my entire Instagram account has generated $1.5 million a month for the last like 4 or 5 months. We've done, 50 million in sales. So as I'm learning this new content style, I'm not going to deviate away from the stuff that I know works. Even if
Okay.
there's content coaches that I'm working with that are like, oh, like your content style, like it doesn't really make sense, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, my content style is fucking bringing in $1.5 million a month. So
Okay.
why the fuck would I
Because it
change
could
it?
have you like
You know?
burning it all down and it could
Yeah,
have you
you don't
like,
want to do
yeah.
that.
And it's
So
like
like,
you always say,
yeah.
take what resonates and leave the
Yes.
rest. Do you
Yeah.
know what
So
I
like
mean?
so
Yeah.
when I'm listening to like my content mentor who I'm working with one-on-one, there's a lot of stuff that he says that actually makes sense. He's like, he said that and I'm like, no, but he also was like, you should take your sunglasses off because it makes you more likable. And I'm like, I agree with that. I'm going to do that.
I
So
like,
it's
yeah,
like,
you're
you know what I
versatile.
mean?
See, I'm so black and
Yeah.
white. That's why
Yeah.
it's very hard it hurts my brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, what part of this actually resonates with me? And then how can I implement this in my content? So maybe the part of that that resonates with you is explaining more of the why. Maybe you need to
Okay.
explain more of the why. You know what I mean?
And I think basically what they're saying is do more conversion content is probably what they're trying to say, right? Is if
Yeah.
I was really trying to make it make sense, which I could absolutely do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I could do that, but like that's a different style of content and the way my brain understands it right now,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I appreciate you helping because my brain really hurt.
I got you.
Last thing, at this level, what is your thoughts about long form content? Because like I was thinking of as I was looking at like how I buy. So like I went to the Knicks event and I bought from him quick. So like when I look at that, I'm like, but I knew him from you. So there was rapport. And I
Yeah.
also watched him speak twice. So I watched him at the
Yeah.
event and then he sent me a video. So I watched him
Yeah.
for like less than 2 hours. And
Yeah.
so I look at that, I'm like, I don't know what he said, but like there's something there that like his style is obviously good, right?
Mhm.
So like I was like, well, maybe it's like long form. So what is your thoughts on like having long form and implementing it? Like I do like a live every week for my community. I don't know if it's something I should stream to like my Facebook or and then download it to YouTube or what is your thoughts?
I absolutely fucking love long form content and I think it's underrated.
Okay.
As soon as I get my ability to live stream back, I've been banned from live streaming for a fucking year. I'm actually going to take a look at when I get unbanned because I'm so excited. As soon as my live stream is back, I'm going live again 5 times a week and recording the podcast because that's the only reason I stopped is because I just like talking to an audience and talking to myself was fucking boring. But it's like the entire reason that I became the number one business coach in the space is because I had a podcast and I went live every day, 100%. Nobody else was doing that, And so I was able to immediately separate myself. So I fucking love long form content. And I think if you're going to do long form content, Jackie, you should start with the podcast because it's so easy to set up. You literally,
Okay.
It's like, I've got a guy that I can connect you with. It's like $1,500. He has like a podcast setup thing, or you can just do it yourself on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, get the graphics done. It's so easy to set up and so easy to do because you already do live streams. You can just start recording.
And that's how you would do it. You would just take like your live group coaching calls and just record them or stream them.
I wouldn't do that. What I would do was like we're doing that right now, right?
Yes.
But I would start off because you'd want to show that you're an expert in the field. I would start off by just doing live streams to Instagram and Facebook And then I would like small talk with a live for a few minutes. And then I'd be like, okay, let's get into the podcast. What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's episode. Today, we're going to be talking about blah, blah, blah. And then I would just do my entire podcast. 10, 15
So just
minutes.
like you do in the beginning, you say, hi, like you welcome the podcast, and then you go, okay, let's get into it. Like that's how you would intro it.
And then now, like, I wish I had the same fucking tools that you guys have now, because now you guys literally go to Claude and you can say, hey, Claude, I want to write a podcast about fucking hormones. And you just rant to Claude for 5 minutes or like 2 minutes. And you're like, give me a structure and a script for this podcast so I can follow it while I'm doing my live. And then you just have a fucking bam. You just follow.
Yeah, that's what I do for all my live group classes. It's definitely made them like really good.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And then would you download it to YouTube as well?
I would start with podcasting. And then if podcasting was going well, then I'd do YouTube. YouTube is harder. So I would start with podcasting. You'd
start with like just going live to IG and Facebook and then add in the podcast and then YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I love it. Thank you so much. That is all I have. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Jackie. Hope you have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Philip, what's up, King? How you doing? Saw you watched my Savage Sales the other day.
Yeah, dude, it was mind blowing. Like you are on another level. I can't wait to dive into it even more.
Let's go, bro. Every Wednesday, dude. Let's go.
All right. I need some perspective, and honestly, I don't know if I need a word of encouragement or a kick in the ass. So
or maybe both.
Or maybe both. Yeah. So I'm gonna rant a little bit, and then you can pick what you think is appropriate.
You got it, King.
All right. So like a year ago, I was working for Adidas, and I was building my coaching business on my nights and weekends.
Yep.
And got that to about like 4 to 5K MRR. And then a year ago, I resigned to go all in on coaching.
Yep.
In that time, we moved from Germany to Florida in January. So now we're kind of settled. In that past year, MRR has crawled up to about 7K.
Yep.
So things are growing, but they're not blowing up.
Yep.
And then I hear about people making like 50K, and it both lights a fire in my belly, but it also makes me question, like, do I have what it takes? And I feel like I'm grinding, like every waking minute that I'm not with the kids is on the business, and I enjoy it. And at the same time, I did a budget for my family, and like we're in the red every month, and it's because I'm just not bringing in as much as I need to be. So part of me is like, hey man, it's growing, just stay the course, keep going. And the other part of me is questioning, like, do I have what it takes?
Thanks for being honest with me, bro. So I'll talk about the mindset side of it first, and then we'll talk about the strategy. So first things first is, do you have what it takes? I'm going to ask you what you think about that. Like when I ask you, do you think you have what it takes? What comes up for you?
The first response is yes. But again, then I look at some of the numbers and I'm just like, man, it's been like it's growing, but it's growing so slowly. And then I get on Podchats and I hear other people and they're like, oh, I started last week and I just made 10K. And I'm like, what the fuck? I've been grinding for years trying to get there.
Okay, I'm going to show you somebody. Okay, I'm going to show you somebody and we're going to talk about her. This is Sammy. I'm going to talk about Sammy and then I'm going to do some adjustments. All right, Phil? So Sammy came into the program. I think it was 3 years ago, doing $0 online. And she is what we call like a slow grower. She's like slowly grinding away. Like every month it would be like 2.5K, then it'd be 3K, then it'd be 3.5K, then it'd be 5K, then it'd be 5.5K, and then next month it'd be 7. Then it'd go down to 6.5K, then the next month it would go up to 8. And that has been the trend for the last fucking, I don't know how long. I would say like 3 years, right? But now that trend, because she's continued on that path, I'm just going to look up one of her recent posts. She posted in the group, Sammy Smith. She's continued on that path, brother. And it was, slowly but surely. And now she just hit her first $50,000 a month. So this is a plaque for hitting 50K a month. So that took her 3 years of like slowly but surely grinding. I remember the day she posted here. I remember the day I was stoked for hitting my first 5K month. I was in the CLA talking to Cole about when I should upgrade to 10K and I was terrified, letting know MDM. Fast forward, now we're at 50K. This is when it was a push. So now it's time to make this normal. So is it possible? Fuck yeah. The problem that you're experiencing right now is that you're comparing your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter. So that's the problem. It's like, you're like, okay, I'm growing, but no buts. It's like, we got to stay focused on the fucking growth because what we focus on expands. And so if you're like, I'm like, do you think it's possible? You're like, yes, but you're like blocking yourself. There's like fucking subconscious fucking block. We got to remove the block and we got to just step into fucking abundance. We got to just say, yes, this shit's possible and I'm going to take it. So there's like, you need to start believing in yourself on a deep enough level where you actually have full conviction in the shit that you're doing and you have full conviction that you're going to hit it. That's step number 1. Like you need to fucking believe. And sometimes you need to lie to yourself at first. And you need to fucking delude yourself into believing that it's going to happen now. And you need to be delusional as fuck. And you need to have like a crazy level of self-confidence because nobody else is going to have that confidence for you. You got to have that confidence in yourself. Okay. So like that, it starts there. You have to have that. And so I'll give you some things that I do to develop that confidence on a daily basis. First thing I do every morning, I never miss, is I actually missed this morning because I slept in, and I'm going to do my morning ritual after. This is the first time I've missed in a fucking couple of years, but that's besides the point. I digress. I never fucking miss other than this morning. Felt like I was a liar when I said I never miss, and I realized that I missed this morning. I wake up, I do 10 minutes of meditation. After my 10 minutes of meditation, I fucking pray and I say, thank you so much, God, for this life that you've given me. I'm so grateful for my wife, my kids, my family, my blessings, all of this stuff. Then I listen to my vision video, which is like a 3 to 5 minute long video of me talking about all of my dreams and goals and aspirations that I've already achieved. And then I meditate for 10 minutes and I think about all the things that I'm going to crush today. So question number 1, do you have a mindset ritual that you embody every day?
Not consistently like that, no.
So this is an every fucking day thing. And this is for all of you guys. If you want to get to the next level, it's every day. The reason I say it's every day is because, let me ask you guys a question. Does your self-doubt ever take a break? Yes or no? Does your anxiety ever take a break? Yes or no?
No.
Does your fear ever take a break? Yes or no? If none of these things takes breaks, why the fuck should we take a break on our own mindset? I'm not going to let my anxiety creep in the middle of the night and bitch slap me. No, thank you, sir. Fucking locked in, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, baby. So it starts with the mind, bro. You have to get locked in mentally. That's like priority number 1, okay? Priority number 2 is we need to align with successful behaviors. And so I'm going to tell you Sammy's successful behavior that allowed her to scale to this level. Every fucking week, she was on my coaching call asking me questions. Every week. This is the first time I've seen you ask a question in a month. I'm not trying to talk shit, but I'm going to fucking talk shit because I deeply care about you and I want you to be successful. You got to show up. You got to ask questions so I can help you have breakthroughs. I can help you like see through things that you might not see for yourself. Because everybody write this down. You can't see the prescription from inside the bottle. Sometimes you're so wrapped up in the problem and you're trying to solve it yourself. And all of you guys that are in this program are entrepreneurs, which is fucking fantastic. That's what got you to this level of success, is because you're an entrepreneur. But sometimes as entrepreneurs, we're so invested in the problem that we can't see another side of it. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It's like, we're just like, we see this fucking, we're looking at the problem in front of us and we can't see the forest from inside the trees.
Yep.
So sometimes we need an outside perspective to take a look in and fucking see what's going on. Now that we went through the mindset and the character, let's talk about the strategy. Like, tell me about how you spend your day. More specifically, what I'm looking for is how many times are you posting per day on social media? How many DMs are you sending per day? We'll start there.
Yeah. Posting 6 to 7 times a week, sending 50 DMs a day. I do have a VA who's helping with that. And then I'm jumping in and doing it as well.
How many calls are you booking per week?
A good month is 1 a week.
Okay. So you want my fucking bitch slap?
Let's go.
Twice a day, every day, 7 days of the week. That's number 1. Number 2, 100 DMs a day, every day, 7 days of the week. You can take Saturday or Sunday off, actually. I don't want to make you a fucking psychopath. Post every day, though. And why the fuck do you have a VA if you're only booking 1 call a week?
I've started wondering that too.
Yeah. So fire the fucking VA and book 5 calls a week. It's like, you're trying to get here, right? You're trying to get here, but you're here. And I want to be fucking respectful, but I also want to be truthful. It's like, if you try to get here, but you're here, it's kind of like Phil, like you're jacked as fuck. So it kind of be like your fitness client coming into the gym, like they're squatting 135 and then they just throw 335 on the bar and they're like, let's fucking go. And you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, you got to fucking pump the brakes, you know? We got to build the foundation first. So for you, you can't have a VA if you're only booking 1 call a week. Because how are you supposed to show your VA what success looks like? You're like, book me more calls. He's like, how? You're like, I don't fucking know. I only book 1 call a fucking week, you know? So you have to book calls yourself. And yeah, it's fucking annoying and nobody likes being in their DMs and booking calls. But you know what's more annoying is being at $7,000 a month when you should be at 15. You get to 15K, you can hire a VA all you fucking want. VA all day. And also, I want to fucking double down on this, because if you're in the red every month, bro, I would be living in my DMs and I would be hunting in my DMs. Like, my DMs would be my best friend. I'm not going to let myself be red every month. You can't accept that. That's not an acceptable standard. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, we're fucking done with this shit. We're leveling up. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm with you. The constraint I have right now is that my delivery takes a long time. My clients are like competitive CrossFit High Rocks athletes. Like, it takes a long time to program custom stuff for them. So I'm like spending like 2 to 3 days out of my week just on check-ins and writing programs.
So find a way to do it faster. You're a smart motherfucker. We have AI now. You're telling me that that's going to be the problem that's going to prevent you from scaling to $15,000 a month? No fucking. No way. I refuse to believe that. Write this down. Every problem has a solution. Doesn't matter. There's a way to do it faster. And I know you might be thinking, fuck you. And that's fine. You can think that to me. That's fine. But there's a way to do it faster for sure.
Okay. I mean, I don't know how right now. And my fear is that I fire the VA and then I'm so stuck in delivery that I don't send DMs and then like everything is dry.
Okay. So I'm going to be direct as fuck with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Phil, get out of your head and find a fucking way to do these programs faster. That's number one. Number two, if you're going to have the VA, fine, you can have them start conversations, but you're responsible for booking calls. Because every month that you look at that recurring at 7K when you know it should be at 15 is a fucking problem. I also will say that if your main constraint is that your program takes these fucking longs, you're also probably resisting growth right now because you know that every time you sign another client, it's going to take you 2 hours to do their program. So it's like your brain doesn't actually want you to grow because you're like in pain right now. And you're like, fuck, every client I sign on is going to just fucking be another 2 hour long program I have to do. So your brain will keep you playing small. So it's like an absolute must that you find a way to do those programs faster. It's a must.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot to digest and you've been challenged a lot. How you feeling?
It's good. I mean, that's why I came on. I saw you drop the link in. I was like, I need to talk to Brian. It's been on my mind. So I appreciate being direct. I got to chew on some of this and figure it out. But I want to cross that 10K so badly. I can't even put it into words. So
and let's do it this fucking month. Grow some big boy balls and hit 10,000 this month. Come on.
Okay. Let's go.
Is that like a fucking commitment? Is that a statement?
Let's go. Fuck yeah. 10K this month.
10K this month. Let's go, Philip. Come on, baby.
All right.
2 things I need from you. 1, the mindset. Lock it in. 2, show up to these calls every week.
You got it.
All right,
Appreciate
bro.
it.
I'll see you soon. Peace. What's up, Gina?
What's up, Brian?
How you doing?
So good. I feel like the momentum is just the best it's been in probably a couple years.
Yes.
So I'm just really grateful to be back in the group and the energy and hearing your voice ring through the back of my head every day.
Yes.
It's been really good. My question for you is, so my avatar is completely burned out.
Yep.
So the last maybe 3 to 4 times I tried to do a fitness challenge didn't go well, like crickets.
When your avatar is burned out, can you be more specific just so I understand your question?
Physically, mentally, emotionally stressed.
Understood.
And they're having a hard time even admitting that they want to lose weight. They're like, I just want to be healthy. I just want to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I did a master class last year, got 111 signups. 40 people came to the live calls. It was a 4-day. And then I just did a terrible job converting.
Yep.
I didn't have the right strategy. It wasn't in your program at the time.
Yep.
So I know the master class like was attracting people, it's just fit and feminine. So, but it was like more about feminine energy, emotion, regulation, etc.
Yep.
So now my thought process is, do I want to, for a lead magnet, do I want to do another master class? Or what also has been converting lower ticket clients into high ticket clients is my group program, which is this type of format, question and answer. And I feel like I'm on fire when I do those. They're like group calls, but I also don't want to record who's currently in my group.
Yeah.
And make that.
Here's what I think is, so you did a masterclass and you did it 4 days, right? Why not do it 1 day? Yeah, you can do a 1 day masterclass and you can just host like a masterclass that's like, and we can just test it and make it better every single time. So just so you know, the masterclass stats that you're aiming for, Gina, you're aiming for a 30% show rate or higher for your masterclass. So for you said 114 people register and then you had 44 people show. So yeah, you're the 38% show rate, which is fucking fantastic. So anything over 30% show rate is great. And then your booking rate. So out of the 44 people that are on the masterclass, so 44 people, you're looking for a 30% booking rate is excellent. 25% is great. 20% is good. So if we do 25%, that means you book 11 calls from the masterclass. That's what you're aiming for. So I think you should do a masterclass. I think with the momentum that you have on your social media, I think it would fucking crush. And you can just do a 60-minute masterclass that has a Q&A at the end. Just call it like, if Fit and Feminine worked really well last year for you, you could do Fit and Feminine again and just have it just be like a 60-minute training where you deep dive into like, what it takes to be a fit and feminine woman. And you give them some breakthroughs that they can be blah, 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 blah. Marketing. And then on the masterclass, we have a training in the portal actually on masterclasses specifically. So on the masterclass, you basically you do the sexy title, you do an intro, why you're an expert, what they're going to learn, a little bit of your backstory, and when you're doing your backstory, you want to share parts of your story that you know that they're going to relate to. Sharing your backstory and connecting with the parts of them that you know you're going to relate to. Like as an example with my backstory, Gina, when I'm doing it, I could just share the entire backstory of how, I started out in the trailer park, blah, blah, blah. But I really want to share the parts of my backstory that relate to online fitness coaching and how I became an online fitness coach and what led me to become a business coach. So for you, it's like, if we're talking about like being fit and feminine, you want to share the parts of your story where you weren't fit and feminine, and like what kind of led you to become fit and feminine so that they can see themselves in your story. You have like 3 teaching points, 3 things that you teach them. And then at the end, you basically do like the 2-path close. So like, okay, so ladies, there's who here got value from today? Drop a yes if you got some value today that you can actually take away and implement. So where do we go from here? Gina, this all sounds good, but like, how do I actually apply this information? Well, there's 2 different paths you can take. You can take the slow path, or you can take the fast path. Now, the slow path is where you've been doing everything yourself for a long time. You've been trying to figure this out. You want to get healthier. You want to get in shape. You want to feel better on a day-to-day basis. So you're like trying all these different things. You're coming to all these different masterclasses, watching all these pieces of content, but like nothing just seems to click. And the slow path keeps you in the same place for the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years while you try to figure everything out. Or you can take the fast path. And the fast path is where I've already done all the guessing for you. And you can learn from me the same strategies that I've given to over 500 women to help them completely transform their life. Like my client, Sarah, who joined from a coaching call like this, and she's been in my program for 6 months now. She's down 25 pounds. She's the happiest she's ever been. Or my client, Jenny, blah, 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 blah. So if you guys would be interested in learning a little bit more about the fast path, just drop a yes in the chat box. Yes. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, because you guys are live with me right now, I appreciate that you showed up live, and I appreciate that you made time out of your Thursday night to spend some time with me. So anybody that's live with me on this class right now is going to receive $500 in credit that you guys can use to join any one of my coaching programs. And the reason that I'm doing this is because I genuinely want to help you guys, and I want to help you step into your power and become the fit and feminine women that I know you're meant to be, so that you can be like some of the clients that I've shown here today. If you'd like $500 in credit so that you could start your own transformation journey, just drop a hell yes in the chat. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a calendar button in the chat box right now. Tap the button in the calendar in the chat box right now to book in for your call. Just so you know, I only have 10 calendar spots available. It's going to be first come, first serve. I don't have a ton of calendar spots available. Like, I'm not a big team. It's just me. You're going to be talking to me directly. So it is first come, first serve. I'm dropping a calendar button in the chat box right now. Go ahead and do that. So then you get the blah, blah, blah. After you do that, you'll share a little bit about what the program actually entails. So you have like a details page. I'll show you what mine looks like. Are you following me, or am I just rambling off into the ether?
No, I'm following.
Okay.
I'm letting it sink in.
Okay, perfect. After I do the whole blah, 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 blah. So this is you got 2 paths, slow path or the fast path or the fast path. And then I'm like, you're a game changer. I'm going to give you credit. Here's a credit, blah, blah, blah. If you're live, you're going to get a credit. Here's a credit. Here's how it works. I'll work with you closely to make sure you make an extra 1 to 2K per week, blah, blah, blah. And then these are the type of results you can expect from working with me. Since you're live with me right now, anyone who's live gets a $1,500 in credit. Just claim your credit, say hell yes. Drop a calendar button. Here's a calendar button. Once you book in for your call, you're going to get a free 30-minute strategy session with me so we can help you grow your business. I'll send you this replay, Gina, as well. And I can also send you my slides if you want to take a look. You don't have to make your slides as long as mine, by the way. Mine are for ads. So I have to like do a lot of selling because they have no idea who the fuck I am. But yeah, so this is like, you want to explain what they're going to get once they book their call. You get a free 30-minute strategy session with me and to determine your starting point and help you come up with a plan. You'll also be granted $500 in credit that you can use to start your journey. And I only have, 10 spots available in the calendar. So it is first come, first serve. Who this is for, who this is not for. I want to be very clear when I say this. If you do wait till next month, like, you're going to be stuck in the same place and you're not going to make a change. So I want to give you $500 in credit. All you got to do is tap the button in the chat box right now to book in for your credit. And then this is our normal. And then this is like the summary of so this is a summary of what they're going to get. I usually book an extra 3 to 4 calls when I'm going through this. So I basically talk about all the things that they get as soon as they join, when they use their credit, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end, I do a Q&A, but the Q&A is like commonly asked questions that women would be asking you on why they wouldn't join. So like, how do I know your program actually works? Then I show them my dispute rate. How does a guarantee work? I talk about my guarantee. How much time is this going to take per week? Then I talk about my client, Sammy, who started out with 3 to 5 hours a week. I've worked with mentors in the past and didn't get the result. Then I talk about my client, Nick, who spent $10,000 in Bitcoin on a previous mentor, only to tell him that he looked like a sad old man. And now he's making $70,000 a month. My money's tight right now, and I'll come back in a couple months. Then I'm like, well, money's not just going to get untight. So this is one of my clients who joined by doing some financing, and now he's making $4,000 a month. Can I save my $50 of credit for a later date? No, you cannot. First come, first serve. And then I do a Q&A at the end with everybody on the call.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Should I run these?
So we'll start with, because we're doing it organically, so you'd want to start with once a month. So the statistics that you're looking for, Gina, 30% show rate. And then Gina, you want to get 80% of people hold for the pitch. So let's say, Gina, you have 50 people on the call, and then you make your offer, the 2-path close. You want to have at least 80% of people stay after that. So as soon as you start talking about your program, you want to have 80% of people stay. So if you're at 50, it'll go down to 40. Then out of the 40 people that are there, your goal is to get over a 20% booking rate. I've seen some clients have like a 50% booking rate when they do it to organic. So it could also be a lot higher. So there is a training in the portal on this, Gina, it's at the bottom near like how to make more money, but I'll also send you my slides as like a demo. So you can see mine as an example and just get some inspiration from my slides if you want.
All right, one more thing.
Yep.
I think I need a little bit of tough love, possibly. I've been doing my business for like 8 years, never personally done bound DMs. And I feel like I'm in a place where I need to do that now. And I just keep putting it off. Like it's on my to-do list every day. And I think I've been fortunate to be able to rely on my account and the inbound.
Yep.
But I also feel like like I'm leaving a lot on the table.
What's preventing you from doing it?
Laziness.
So there's not like a weird mental block where you feel like weird doing it. It's just like laziness.
I don't feel weird about it. And I have the time and I have the energy. I'm not burned out. I'm not like, maybe I think it is a mental block, but I don't know why, because I don't feel weird about it at all.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a very simple exercise to get it done every day. Okay. We're going to start with 20 and you're going to do it the first thing after you do your morning ritual every day.
Okay.
Because it's like, you just got to eat the frog. So first things first is like, if somebody's not going to the gym, if you get them to go to the gym and do an hour and a half long workout, they're going to fucking hate you. So if I tell you right now, go send 100 DMs a day, you're going to do it for a day. And then you're like, this is super gay. I'm out. So, but if you do 20 DMs a day, the key is to do it first thing in the morning when you are the most fresh, before you do the things that you love. Because if you do the things that you love first, by the time you're done, you're not going to want to do the things that you don't love. So whenever I have something that I know that I need to do that I don't like doing, I do it first thing so that then the things that I love come afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
You got to eat the frog.
Gotta eat the frog. All right. I'll eat it.
Okay, deal.
Thanks, B.
Okay, you're welcome. Have the best day ever. Bye, Gina. Coach Dana, what up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
So I had a different question, but I kind of want to build off Gina's because I started rebuilding my lead list because as we mentioned last week, I kind of fell off it. I got about 100 people on there. So I'm like trying to add spend 30 minutes a day adding to it.
Yep.
And, I realized kind of with Gina was talking about, I get a mental block too with being the one to send out the DMs unless like they've responded to a keyword, they reached out first, or it's a conversation I'm continuing. And I find that like my mental block is like, number one, we're the business, they're going to see us. Are they even going to reply or are they even going to be a lead? Or what if too many respond and we can't get back to everybody, or they like respond at a time, they don't get back. So I just wanted to add that because I get mental blocks with that. I know Gina said that she doesn't really get that kind of block, but like those are the kind of blocks that I get. It's just like, what if I'm wasting my time and they're not a lead? Or if they kind of perceive as like they know that I'm about my business, right? Or like, what if too many of them reply and then it gets overwhelming with all the responses?
Question. How many of you guys in this program right now started the program because I started a conversation with you first? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if I started the conversation with you first.
I joined because Gina referred me.
I started. Oh, there we go. I like that. I started with Allie first. So Allie, are you happy you joined? Gabby, are you happy you joined? Right? So like, yeah, what if they're not a lead? What if they're they know our business? What if? But like, what if there's a raver girl in your community that's way too shy to reach out to you? And then you say hi to her and she's like, oh my God, I follow your content. I love it. What if there's a woman in your audience that like doesn't feel the level of self-confidence that she needs to reach out to you and say hi? And then you reach out to her and you start a conversation with her and you change her fucking life.
The thing is just crazy that has happened before.
Yeah. What if you hitting $30,000 a month is on the other side of you stepping into your fear and like doing the thing that you don't want to do?
Fair.
So like
True.
you got to Ali. I keep fucking that up, bro. I'm not good with names. I'm just not, I suck at it. I'm working on it. Ali, write this down. Okay. Ask different what ifs. You need to ask different what ifs. If you're what ifing yourself into not taking action, you need to what if yourself into taking action. What if yourself into taking action? What if it works? What if you go for it and you fucking hit it? What if you take a swing it back and you hit a home run? You got to ask yourself different what ifs, Coach Dana.
Plant the right seeds in our heads.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then the question I was going to ask was, and I posted this in the group because it's a weird situation. And this girl, I messaged her, she finally watched like her old check-ins, her program's expired. She's not I removed access to the app, right the day after her program term ended. And she like sent me a text like, oh yeah, I watched the old one, and she basically mentioned that like, I'm kind of going through some family stuff, but like I have to talk to my family about continuing the program. And I'm kind of like, how do I tell her I don't think she should be in the program because she did not follow through? Yeah. Like even from the beginning. Yeah. And like I've offered her, here, book a call. Let me give you support.
So like it's a polite removal. So the way that I would do it, if it was my client, because I've done that before with clients that want to renew and I'm like, I don't think it's a good fit. is I would say something along the lines of like, hey, Dana, thanks so much for getting back to me. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I honestly think at this point, you should take some space from the program, not because I don't value you and not because I don't believe in you, because during the program, I know that you had a lot of like hard time committing to it. And I need, like, for me as a coach, I want to make sure that when I take you on as a client, that I'm able to get you the best possible results. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is if you're 100% fully in with the program. So I think before we were to continue with any sort of programming, you would have to get to a place where you were like 100% committed and you were ready to take whatever actions necessary, including completing every check-in, completing every workout. And there might be some stuff that you need to sort out on your end first before we do that. And again, I loved working with you. You're a fantastic client. And when you are prepared and ready to 100% commit, we can talk about revisiting, but I don't think now is the right time.
Okay, gotcha. My main concern is like, because when she started, she did seem like she was all in it, but like even from the beginning, she was just very flaky, not really doing, because every check-in I would like try to come up with a way to modify for her. Okay, if she wasn't filling out her food log, which I pushed her a few times, I was like, send me pictures of all your meals. She would like send me like one picture every few days of the meals, and I would like give her feedback on that. But I was like, this is not enough data for me.
Yeah. You don't got to justify yourself either. It's like, no is a no.
Mhm. I'm just, what if she reaches out later?
Yeah, if she reaches out later, then this would be the conversation. So Dana, just gotta say, absolutely love that you reached out. Appreciate you. The only way that I'm going to take you on as a client is if you're 100% committed to the following plan as I laid out. Because I know that the last time that we worked together, that I had a hard time getting you to complete the check-ins and even doing the food logs. And I'll let you know that I'm willing to take you on as a client. But if any of that behavior continues while you're my client, I will fire you and I'll refund you. Are we on the same page?
Okay, I like that. I like that because I don't like
Yeah.
disappointing somebody
No.
or like making them feel like I
Here-
don't
here's
care.
a
'Cause,
fun
like
fact.
sometimes I care too much, man.
Here's a fun fact. Okay. When Cole became my fitness client, when I was an online fitness coach, I literally said to him verbatim, because I knew that he was a drug addict like I was. I said, if I find out that you were doing drugs or drinking during the program while I'm coaching you, not only will I fire you, but I'll keep all of your money. We on the same page? He's like, yep. I was like, cool.
I
And
love
here
it.
we go. You know,
Okay.
you're
Awesome.
You're the coach. Draw the line.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Have the best day of your entire life. Good to see you. Dylan, what's up, King?
Hey, Brian, how are you, man?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I just need your guidance. So I'll tell you what I'm doing and you tell me what you think I should change about this. So I've hit this bottleneck, which I keep hitting. I'll get up to say 25K a month. Maybe that's your 20K. I'm not too sure. And then I'll be so busy looking after my clients that it's hard for me to continue focusing on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So then my business drops down because the back end's not looked after properly. So I need to jump back into that. And then the front end's not going as well. So I'm busy with a lot of clients. It's around probably, the 55 client mark where this happens. And then it'll drop down to about 45. So obviously I need to get some coaches to help me, but I don't want to get a support coach because I think I have really good client retention. And that's probably because I give really good feedback and answer the questions quite knowledgeable. But I don't want someone to jump into my DMs as a support coach and ruin that for me and ruin the client retention. So I've been sitting down with Claude and making a big list of my frameworks and everything so I can get some coaches on board to try and help me when I get back up there with my clients. But what would you say I should do in the meantime to keep my client retention up, focusing more on the back end? Use meta ads because I'm not in the DMs a lot, to be honest. What would you say what would be my next step?
Yeah. So you're at an income ceiling and you're at a pivotal point in your business. And the reason you're at a pivotal point in your business is because you can't keep growing to the next level with the systems that you currently have. Your systems have to change because every time your business hits a new level, like the systems that got you to 25K, I just want to be clear before I answer this question. Is your goal to scale the business?
Absolutely.
Like, what is your ultimate target? Like, what would you like to get it to?
I'm not sure what the amount would be, but I'd like to get about 5 coaches working under me at least and stack them up with at least 50 clients each as well.
Yeah. So 250 clients, we're talking about a business that's doing $75,000 to $100,000 a month. So if your goal is to scale your business, then you need to learn different systems. And so you should do the $1 Million Mastermind. And I'm not going to do a sales pitch for you because I don't believe that anyone should join unless they actually want to, but I'll tell you why. Because the systems that got you to 25K are not going to be the systems that get you to 50K, and they're not going to be the systems that get you to 100K. Every single time your business hits a new ceiling, you have to adapt your systems and you have to change, you have to evolve. Because my first recommendation would be to get a support coach because that's what we teach in the accelerator and that would help you immediately. But knowing that you don't want to do that, then I have to adjust my advice based on what you need. And the model that you're about to launch, that you're looking to launch, is called the subcontractor model. And it's essentially where you have coaches underneath you that are working underneath your brand. They make a certain percentage of what you make, and then you take a cut of their revenue. Is the worst model that you can run. And the reason that it's the worst model that you can run is because you essentially teach people how to be entrepreneurs, and then you're teaching them how to post content, lead gen, make sales, blah, blah, blah. And then on the back end of that, you're like, now give me a percentage of your money. But then they develop the skill where they're like, why the fuck would I pay you 20 to 30 to 40% of the revenue when I could just do this myself? Because you taught them how to fish. So the model that you need to build is called an assistant coach model. And an assistant coach model is where they basically are working underneath you, or a transformation coach model where like you're still involved in the coaching and the coach is involved as well. Long story short, every single one of you guys is going to get to a certain level where to grow beyond that level, you need to completely adapt your systems and you need to start having different conversations and different insights. And so if you keep hitting the ceiling of 25K, that's what you're telling me. It's because 25K is the ceiling based on the current system that you have. And you can't outwork the system. That's the thing, It's not like you can work harder because you're already a hard worker, Dylan, you got to this level because you're an extremely hard worker. So it's not your work ethic, it's the system. We need to change the system. So you're about to launch a subcontracted model. That's what you're thinking about doing. Don't do that. That's the worst model you can run because you don't want to teach people how to be entrepreneurs and then try to take a percentage of their revenue. There's only a select few people that I know, and I can count them in the palm of my hands, that have launched that model successfully and had it not burn them. Don Lamb is one of them, but Don Lamb also has like one of the most recognizable brands in Kamloops and in BC. So like people would rather be with Don and give him a cut than try to do it on their own because they'll make more money. Chad Morgan's another one. But even with Chad Morgan, he had a lot of coaches that came into the program, learned all of his stuff, and then quit. So it's a difficult model to run. So for that reason, don't do it. The model that you need to run is either an assistant coach model or a transformation coach model. But again, I think that the mastermind is what you need because I think that you're starting to get to a place where you're starting to outgrow the pond, which is a good thing. It's time to get into a different room.
All right. Thanks, man. Sounds good. With teaching them how to be entrepreneurs or whatever, I was going to add to their business model. They have to dissolve their current social media. And that means that I have to get all the leads, all the clients for them.
Yeah, it's riskier, it's riskier.
I think my systems are good and it's what I've been able to build my business off, and they could just take that for themselves and then continue.
Just a riskier move. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like, so that's one of the problems, Dylan. But another one of the problems is your front end breaks, And so we need to get somebody in the front end. Ideally, we need to get an assistant to help you with your DMs as soon as possible. That's another thing we absolutely need.
Slow anyway. Like I don't do much DM stuff. Everything I get is mostly referrals.
Oh, well, we could scale a lot faster if we figured that stuff out too.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of systematic things that need work,
Yep. All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, brother. No worries. Appreciate you. Don't do the subcontractor model. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, bro. Bye-bye. Allie, what's up?
Hey Brian, how are you?
Fantastic, Allie. How you doing?
I'm excellent as well. So I have two, I'm hoping they're quick questions. So I'm in between like 50 to 60 clients right now, and my recurring is at 15K, which is awesome. My goal now is to get up to that 25K, 30K mark. And the problems I'm having is kind of similar. Systems, I feel like every day I wake up, it feels like everything's on fire. And I feel like I'm very stressed out all the time. So I just want to know strategy wise, what do the systems look like for a 25, like to get to scale to that 25 to 30K? And how do you handle your stress?
Yeah. So first things first, 50 to 60 clients is a lot, and for anybody. So I just want to be clear before I give advice. Do you have a support coach?
No, I have a VA.
Okay. So you have a VA to help you on the front end. If I was Allie, I would get a support coach to help you on the back end for sure.
Okay.
Because even Allie, even if they're only taking 2 hours of work off your plate a day, that's an extra 10 hours a week. It's substantial. It'll take like a month to train them to be really good. But the good news is that you have a handsome husband that's already done this multiple times.
Yes.
You could
He's been pushing me on about that too. And he was like, you should just ask Brian. He's going to tell you the same shit I'm telling you. And I'm like,
yeah. So he'll be able to help you. It's so funny that we never listen to our significant others. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm paying Brian. Brian's my business coach, not you.
So yeah, I think that you should get a support coach because you already have a VA. So you need to get support on the back end. So the back end matches the front end now. Because the problem that you're experiencing and the reason that you're feeling the stress, Allie, is because the front end has more support than the back end does. And that's good because then we sign more clients, right? Because we've got more support over here, but we don't have that same level of support on the back end, which means that every client that you sign is just adding to your workload. Yeah. It's just stacking your workload, which again, we want to grow, but yeah, if we stack our workload, but it leads to like an incredible amount of stress, that's not fun. So move number one, that's uno priority, would be getting a support coach. Move number one for sure. If you reach out to Shal in the program, Allie, she has a bunch of trainers that at some point realized that they came into the program, they realized that they didn't want to be full-time online coaches or they wanted to work for somebody. She's got a bunch of trainers under her belt that she can probably just find you one immediately.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is when I'm optimizing my business and I'm getting overwhelmed, what I need to optimize is my schedule and my calendar. Do you live by a Google Calendar?
Yes.
Okay. What's on your Google Calendar on a daily basis?
I put in, well, I'm kind of looking at it right now. So I have Wednesdays and Thursdays is check-in day. So Wednesday morning, Thursday morning is when I start check-ins Wednesday and then I finish them Thursday.
Yeah.
Then Friday is content. So we go to, it's usually Costco right now. So
Yeah.
we're usually going to Costco from like 10 to 2, and the morning is kind of just making sure everything's prepped. So Friday really is just content. And then I do this, then I go to the gym. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is kind of all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but I leave it open for calls. Like I find that that's like a heavier day where my VA is slotting in a lot of calls.
Yeah.
And that's where it feels like it gets a little overwhelming.
Do you leave the whole day open for calls?
For the most part, yeah. And I guess what I'm trying to think is, should I have certain slots for that? Okay.
Yeah, that's the next thing we want to optimize. So if I'm Allie, what I'm doing is I'm choosing like maybe it's 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. or whatever. And those are your call slots times. So that's when you take calls. And the mornings are for creative work on the business. So the mornings would be for training support coach. The mornings would be for like making support coach job postings or watching support coach trainings or just doing extra work on the business that needs to get done. Here's the mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make as they're scaling is they get so caught up in like the day-to-day grind that they forget to work on the business because there's so much stuff going on and the momentum is there and we want to just tackle the momentum, but then we don't work on the business. But if we're not improving the business systems as the business grows, like I spoke to with Dylan, it's like you're going to get to a point where it's like you can't grow any faster because you're operating with the wrong system. So yeah, I think that blocking off certain times, like from like maybe that's 12 to 6 or whatever feels right for you, that you do calls and then your mornings are spent working on projects for the business.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, because I find with it all over the place, I do find that it bleeds into time for myself too. I don't have any morning routine. I literally wake up and just raw dog everything.
Yeah, you got it.
And it's just fucking bad.
That's another thing. Okay. I want everyone to write this down. Commit to your mindset.
Yes.
I know you guys have probably heard me say that 1,000 fucking times. And I know at this point, you're probably like, shut the hell up, Brian. I don't care. But I'm telling you, it's so fucking important. And you asked me how I handle my stress. I handle my stress by being locked in on my mindset. I'm locked in. So like, and because I'm locked in on my mindset, Allie, because I'm absolutely dialed and I don't miss it every single day, except for this morning, I slept in. I already fucking told you guys, whatever. I'll do it afterwards. But because I'm locked into my mindset, I'm also aware of when I actually need a break. Because I'm like, every day I'm doing the mindset work. Every day I'm locked in. Every day I feel good. And so now when I'm tired and I'm like overwhelmed, like I was yesterday, I was like, oh, I actually need to take a day off. So that's what I did today. Okay. Whereas like, if you're not locked into the mindset, you don't know if it's like, you're just not locked in. And that's why
that's literally it right now.
So like, I want you to establish a foundation so that, and the reason you establish a foundation is so that you know how you feel every day. And that way, when you start to feel off or overwhelmed, that's a sign that something needs to shift. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. That's very helpful.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have the best day of your entire life. Tell your handsome husband I say hi.
Yes, I will.
Tell him I'm trying to get juicier than him. I don't think it's going to happen, but it's okay. Dual Danny, what's up? My boy.
How you doing, Brian?
Good.
You good?
Keep me under too. Yeah, I'm gonna make my next call. I'm gonna be 5 minutes late. I'm good, King. How you doing?
Hey, I'm all right, brother. So I'm at this point where
Are you coming to Kelowna?
I want to, brother. I can't leave UAE.
All right, whatever.
The visa thing is so weird, bro.
Yeah, fine. Go ahead.
It's so weird. It takes time, but I'll be there in the next one. I'll be the next one. I give my word on that. I'll be the next
deal.
All right. So I'm at a point right now where I just want to focus fully on DMs because it's something like everyone is saying it's this block in their head and all of that stuff, but I don't like having that, right? For me, I see everything like almost like a video game, right? And when I don't kind of, get over something and then delegate it to someone else, it always beats at the back of my head.
Agreed.
So I'm at this point where I really want to lock in on it, even if it's just for like 2-3 months. I want to get so good at it that I can just give it to someone else. And then when they get it wrong, I know exactly what to correct them on. Just like editing, right? Like right now, since you and I talked last time, I've already given my editing to someone. We're going to get on a video every Sunday. But I also realized that with me focusing on the DMs, I'm leaving so many things on the table. Like, for example, I've never done a masterclass before. I've never done a live before. I've never done, what else is there? A challenge before. I've never done any of those things. So would you say, while I'm trying to focus on DMs, I should do one of these things, or I should just like focus on DMs fully and go crazy on there?
Knowing the engagement that you have on your social media, I know for a fact, if you focused on DMs for the next 3 months, that you'll get to 25 to 30K a month. So if I'm dual Danny, that's what I'm going to do. It's like, all I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on I'm like a very obsessive person, Danny. And when I realize that I have some sort of bottleneck or constraint that's holding me back, I literally attack it until it's no longer a constraint. I'm a psychopath, and that applies to like every aspect. Like when I found out that I wasn't flexible, now I do fucking FST 5 times a week. I'm just like a psychopath. I just like, that's why I operate with everything. I'm a fucking weirdo, you know? I wanted to get better hands, and I throw a tennis ball against the wall 200 times a day. I'm just fucking weird like that. So it's like DMs. If DMs is a skill that you want to master, then I would fully commit to that skill 100% of the time. You know, and I wouldn't do a masterclass. I wouldn't do a challenge. I wouldn't do a lot. I would literally just commit to the skill of DMs. Because if you master that over the course of the next 3 months, not only will you hit 25 to 30K, but you will also now have the skill to pass on to somebody when you're ready to train them.
Yeah. And the reason why I kind of want to do it now is because when I started, it kind of burnt me out. I was so burnt out that anytime I think about DMs, I kind of notice the pattern with myself. Even if I have 10 hours free in a day, I will always find something to do to not do DMs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it.
Give it a constraint though, you know, because like you obviously don't want to live in your DMs and burn yourself out. So if you're aware of that, give it a constraint. So like say to yourself, like, I'll spend 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes in the evening. Like give it a constraint, you know, so you don't get like, you know, you don't burn yourself out.
Yeah, sure. That's basically what I'm doing now. And thanks for confirming that. So for the next 3 months, I'll be all in on DMs and I see how it goes.
Let's go, bro. Appreciate you.
Sure thing. Thanks a lot, brother.
Peace out, King. Keandra, last but not least, what's up?
What's up, Brian? How are you?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm good. Okay, I'll keep it short and sweet. So literally don't even know what like, I mean, I do know, but don't know, but had like an amazing month last month. Was like super pumped. It kind of like the fact that like I have like evidence of like knowing that what I know I can do, and now I like have evidence to support it. I'm just like balls to the wall right now with everything. I'm like, okay, I can really actually do this. My question to you is like, what should I be? I was talking to Cole and about getting into like follower ads, not because I don't have enough followers coming in, just because like they're kind of trash followers that are coming in and not like my ideal client. I'm kind of like, my question to you is like, what should I be thinking of doing next? Is that even a good question to ask? Like, what should I be focused on doing next to like continue the goodness?
The goodness. What's the goal? Just, I want to align with your goal before I give you direction.
My goal is to get to, okay, well, ideally would like to get to like about 35, 40 clients by September.
How many clients do you have right now?
23.
So by September, so July, August, September.
Yeah, it's actually not a lot of time. Okay, never mind.
No, that's a fucking shitload of time. What are you talking about? Shut up.
Yeah, okay.
So you're at 23 right now?
Yeah.
What's your retention rate?
Very high.
Like what, when you say very high, what is very high?
Like 90s. I rarely lose clients unless they get to a point where it's like, this is like their last dollar they put into this program and they can't like extend after they gotten their results type thing.
So we got, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to times your retention rate. So it's 23 times 0.95. That means next month you'll lose one client times 0.95. 1 month after that, you'll lose one client, and then times 0.95. Okay. So that means 3 months, you'll be at 19 clients. You want to be at 40 clients? Is that what you said?
But yeah, I guess like 35 to 40. That'd be cool.
We need 15 clients in the next 3 months then, if we want to get to your goal.
Yeah.
So 15, there's 3 months, there's 12 weeks, or there's 4 weeks in a month. So 15 divided by 12. So you need 1.25 clients a week. We're going to say 2 clients a week because that'll make it easier for us to understand.
Like that.
So 2 clients a week. What's your show up rate right now?
My show up rate, oh my gosh, Brian, you're going to hate me. I don't know it exactly, but it's really high. Like I very rarely get someone who doesn't show.
Okay.
I know you're going to hate me. I promise you. I'm working on it.
You track your numbers?
I do, but not that.
Okay, so I want you to start.
I will.
You need to start tracking all your numbers. I need to know, because this is for all of you guys. This is just advice for Keandra. I need to know your retention rate.
Mhm.
You need to know that like the back of your hand. Your retention rate. You also need to know your re-sign rate. Your re-sign rate and your retention rate are different. The retention rate is how many clients. What's your retention rate in the program? And to figure out that calculation, you do clients that you have at the start of the month, and then clients that you have at the end of the month. So let's say you had 5 clients leave at the end of the month, and you have 100 clients. That means that your churn rate is 5%, which means your retention rate is 95%. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's your retention rate. Your re-sign rate is different. Okay. You also need to know your re-sign rate. Your re-sign rate, Keandra, is how many clients come to the end of their program. So let's say it's 10 versus how many clients re-sign at the end of their program. So let's say you re-sign 5 divided by 10, your re-sign rate is 50%. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So you need to know those 2 numbers in terms of the back end. You also, on the front end, you need to know how many calls you're booking per week. You need to know your show up rate to those calls. You need to know your conversion rate on those calls. You need to know your total cash collected from those calls. And you need to know your average cash collected per sale. Those are numbers that everybody should be tracking. What's your conversion rate?
My conversion rate is not very good. It's like 35, 40.
Divided by 0.4. So you need to book five calls a week to sign 2 clients a week. How many
Okay.
calls are you booking per week right now?
Like 4.
You're booking 4, so you're really close then.
Yeah.
So number 1, so what should you do next? Was your question. 2 things you should do next. Thing number 1 that you should do next is whatever the fuck it takes to get yourself to 5 to 6 calls a week instead of 4 calls a week.
Okay.
That's priority number 1. Priority number 2 is to get your conversion rate from 35% to 45%.
Okay.
If you focus on only those 2 things for the next 3 months, you will be at 35 clients in the next 3 months based on your numbers.
Okay. One of the issues that I'm having though is getting, like, this past month was good in terms of like booking calls, obviously, because I'm getting more clients. But like in the past, before last month, it wasn't like that. And it would be like I'm sending between like 50 to 100 DMs a day, but not really booking calls. A lot of the people that I'm sending DMs to are either like India, Pakistan, bad countries, or they're like 18 and they think I'm cool.
Yep. So then you need to figure out what you did in the previous month that led to such a big influx and double down on
Okay.
that in the next month.
Okay.
Because there's something that you did this month that was a significant shift.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah. So what I would do if I were you is I would audit your content, every single piece of content that you posted for the last 30 days. And I would ask yourself the style of the content, the type of the content, which content performed the best. And then I would take all of that information and I would repeat that for July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Cool. Anything else?
Thank you, Brian. You're the best, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Talk to you soon. All right, guys. Thank you guys for being my clients. I hope everyone has the best day of their entire lives. Coach Mills, Gina, Allie, Dual Danny, Philip, Keandra, Gabby, Quincy, Charity, and Corey, and Jackie. Peace and love. Have the best day of your entire lives. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.